Here are 7 short trending global and Canada news items for today, November 27, 2025. Canada rolls back climate rules in energy deal with Alberta. The federal government and Alberta struck an agreement that removes a planned emissions cap on the oil and gas sector and drops certain clean electricity rules, aiming to spur energy sector investment and support a new oil pipeline to the West Coast. Reuters. S&P TSX Composite Index futures muted after recent record highs. Despite hitting record highs earlier this week, TSX futures dipped slightly today amid light trading as investors await fresh catalysts. The index has been relatively resilient compared with global peers thanks to its heavy exposure to energy and financials. Reuters. Canadian dollar hits 8-day high as current account deficit narrows. The loonie strengthened against the US dollar after data showed Canada's current account deficit shrank more than expected in Q3, helping to lift investor sentiment. Reuters. Teck Resources Anglo-American merger under national security review. Ottawa announced it will submit the proposed merger between mining giants Teck and Anglo-American to a national security review before approving any deal. Reuters. Global energy transition disappointment after COP30. Fossil fuel phase-out language dropped. At the climate talks in Brazil, while nations pledged major investment in renewables and clean industry, binding language to phase out fossil fuels was blocked by some petrostates, leaving the final agreement criticized for lacking ambition. Reuters. Rahmanullah Lakhanwal, Afghan national suspected in White House area shooting, FBI launches raids. U.S. authorities say Lakhanwal shot 2 National Guard members near the White House. Numerous devices were seized during raids in Washington state and San Diego as part of a terrorism investigation. Reuters. Vladimir Putin says U.S.-Ukraine peace text could form basis for future deal, but war continues as fallback. Putin indicated a U.S.-Ukraine draft agreement might underlie future peace efforts, but also said Russia remains ready to fight if talks collapse. Global tensions remain high as peace talks stall. Reuters. For more coverage of today's breaking stories, please support the channel by liking, commenting, and subscribing.